Hey everyone, Erica with a K here. My dog is barking in the background, so I'm sorry about that. But I wanted to talk about my pre-op for my double mastectomy, my prophylactic double mastectomy, where I'm going completely flat, aesthetic flat closure. I want to talk about what that was like yesterday. So I had originally had a regular physical scheduled with a nurse practitioner. I've had a ton of luck with nurse practitioners. I know a lot of people put like bad reviews for them. They're like, oh, I want to see a real doctor. Like, they're real, stop it. My old doctor was no longer taking me because of COVID. There was a cancellation and I just never made an appointment soon enough to go see her. Anyway, I had briefly touched on this in another video where my hospital where I'm getting my actual surgery done, they had faxed over the paper of tests that they need to run before I can get my surgery. So they faxed it over to this new nurse practitioner who's going to be doing my physical. And they sent me a copy. They emailed me a copy and was like, hey, bring this with you just in case sometimes fax get lost. I never thought to change it from a physical appointment to a pre-op appointment, but I did have that fax with me that they had sent over. So I went, when I checked in, I was like, oh, I have this paper from, and she's like, you're down for a physical, not a pre-op. And I was like, yeah, I didn't realize I should change it. She's like, okay, no problem. I'll change it now in the computer. And so she changed it. And she's like, who were these results getting sent to? I gave her the paper so she had the right name. And that was that. And then I went into the appointment and the lady basically asked me, the new nurse practitioner doctor, she was so nice. She's going to be my new primary, which is so funny. I found so many new doctors through this experience. She asked me what was high risk. I told her, like, I'm not sure what's high risk about me. I didn't ask. My breast density is high, but I was called high risk before I found out my breast density. That just added to the high risk. My grandmother had breast cancer. All the women on my mom's side of the family all had to get hysterectomies. None of it was cancer, but I'm assuming that the tumors and growths that they had to get hysterectomies could eventually turn into it. My grandmother on my mother's side had cancer. My uncle died of cancer on my mother's side. So cancer is like super prevalent in my family. I was on birth control. I know that there's like studies that say it does and doesn't, but I think that increases your chances. I'm pretty sure that's why my boobs were growing rapidly. I have a whole video talking about that. As soon as I said that, basically all the women on my mom's side of the family had hysterectomy or some kind of, polyps, growths, tumors, something like that in their uterus. As soon as I said that, she was like, did you get tested for genetic, like for the BRCA gene? And I was like, no, I didn't. And to be honest, at this point, like, it doesn't matter to me if I have the BRCA gene. I think, if people in my family want to go get checked, go right ahead. But like, I'm already taking the measures to do this. So whether or not I have it, I'm already high risk. You don't have to just have the BRCA gene to be high risk. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I'm talking a mile a minute. Okay, so she asked me these questions. She asked me how active I am. They take your weight, they see your height, and then she ordered, I had to get an EKG and I had to get blood work done, and they take my vitals. And when they took my vitals, they were like, you have low blood pressure. And my husband were laughing because since I went off my birth control and since we don't know what it is. We don't know if it's my birth control or if it's the fact that I finally can control the one area of my life I couldn't control, which are my boobs. My husband was like, it's probably because you're like so chill now. Like everything, I'm like, you're the worrier now. I'm not. And I used to be like big time worrier. And now I'm like, I don't worry about a thing. I'm like, it'll work out. It's out of my hands. Like, I don't care. And I just feel like it could be my birth control, but it could also be the fact that like I have full control over my body for the first time in my life. Like I said, my boobs have been huge since I started developing and they just never stopped growing and I've hated them. I've hated them forever. I mean, I talk about this in another video. And now that I finally am in control of this, it just makes me feel like, I think that's a big thing. You ever see people that you see them at work and they're like a total boss and then like you see them in their personal life and they just get abused every day. And it's like, oh, so you're just controlling the things that you can control, because like your home life is so out of control. Not talking about anybody directly. I'm just saying like, I've seen that pattern in life where people are very much like they control what they can control because there's so much that's out of their control. And I feel like I was very much like that. Like I would be like stressing about our finances, stressing about everything, like every fart, every word that came out of my mouth, everything that happened, like I would be like, stressing. And now I'm like, nah, I don't have any stresses. Like I'm fine. Just want to get the surgery done. So we were saying maybe that's why my blood pressure is low, but she said, nothing to be alarmed about. You're just a little bit on the low end. And then I read that it could be because of dehydration. And I feel like I have been like kind of constipated lately. So I'm like, maybe I am a little bit dehydrated. That probably makes sense. She also said that I'm anemic, which I was like, she's like, you didn't know that? She was like looking at my old stats. And I was like, no, nobody ever told me that. I was told to stop taking iron pills. And I was like, I don't take iron pills. I think that was another thing that had to do with my birth control, like just weird stuff like that. But anyway, she asked me if I've been depressed. And I was like, actually, no, I haven't been depressed in the last month at all. Like, I'm like believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Like, that's literally how I've been. It's wild, actually, especially since I've been depressed for like, since my parents got a divorce when I was like 17 to like the day before I found out I was getting this surgery. I don't even know, like, it's wild. But anyway, again, what body autonomy, like how it can change people, it really can. It's so important. Then they sent me down to go get my blood work done, which my arm is like, this is the worst. I hate this part. This is the worst part. So I'm petrified of it. So I'm like, can my husband come in with me? And they're like, yeah. So I'm like sitting there. Usually I ask them to lay me down, but I was like, I just want to get this over with. Like, I don't want to deal with this. And the blood work was for, I guess, to make sure levels of everything were okay and to make sure like I'm not pregnant, which I knew I wasn't. She's like talking to herself. She's like, do you have like is the other arm better? And like, they always tell me how good my veins are, but they always do it out of my right side. And she was doing the left side. And I was like, I'm not going to say a word because I don't want to throw her off. I don't know if she just prefers to do the left side. Like, let her just do it. And she's like, oh, all right, let me change this needle. And she's talking to herself. She's like, let me just change this needle. Okay. The veins are so small. She's like whispering to herself. And like, I get like, I'm going to pass out. And she asked if I ate that morning. And I was like, yeah, I did eat breakfast. It was like 1 o'clock at this point. And at one point, I literally like put my hand up to my ear. I may have done this. And I said to my husband, I was like, did you see me do that in the doctor's office? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I literally was like, I can't listen to this woman anymore. And I didn't want to tell her like, please stop speaking about this because I'm going to pass out. Because like, I want her to do her job the way she wants to do her job, like the way she's comfortable. I know when I used to do hair, if somebody like critiqued me or asked me to do something, it would totally throw me off. And so this is my veins. I'm not trying to play games. So I just like put my hand up to my ear to be like, I don't want to hear this anymore. And then they did the EKG. And when they did the EKG, I had to go in a room, get undressed. I had to take off my top, but I had shorts on, thankfully. And she's like, oh, you have lotion on your legs. And she was rubbing it with like alcohol. And I was like, I have lotion all over my body. Like, not even gonna lie, I had my hair, scalp, and body butter from Roxelle all over my entire body. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for telling me. And I was like, oh, would that like ruin the results? And she's like, no, it won't stick and then I'll get in trouble. That's what she said. She was very nice. The EKG thing takes like seconds, like not even. And that was basically it. I mean, this is like a really long video for not talking about too much, but I just wanted to go over everything. I got my results this morning, so I got it done yesterday. She had told me beforehand, she's like, unless something really alarming comes back in your test, you're probably going to get cleared. And so she called me this morning and was like, everything was perfect. And, you know, you're cleared and we're going to let your doctor, your breast surgeon know. And so I was like, thank you so much. And like, that was it. So that's what the pre-op was. It was just a series of questions at first, blood work and an EKG, and that's it. So I hope that this video helps anybody who's out there. Don't wear lotion or body moisturizer or anything to the pre-op because they're going to have to take it off. It's really not a big deal. It's just an extra step that they have to do. And, you know, that's it. All right. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.